In the enigmatic world of military weaponry, we sometimes encounter phenomena that pique our curiosity. One such case is the North Korean M2020 tank, a tank with a modern appearance and somewhat ambiguous specifications that has raised many questions among experts and enthusiasts in this field. Is this tank truly a major leap in North Korea's tank manufacturing industry, or is it merely a publicity stunt? In this video, we intend to thoroughly examine this tank, from its design and technologies used to its potential strengths and weaknesses. So join us to see if this mysterious tank is actually worthwhile. The M2020 tank was first showcased during North Korean military parades in 2020, hence its name. Its emergence was essentially a response to the North Korean military's need to modernize its aging armored fleet, which mainly consisted of outdated T-62 tanks and their indigenously produced variants. With a modern and distinct appearance compared to previous North Korean tanks, it garnered significant attention. However, a noteworthy aspect was its apparent similarities to tanks from other countries. It appears that North Korean designers, by studying and drawing inspiration from advanced tanks worldwide, attempted to combine various features in the M2020. Similarities to the American Abrams tank in the frontal hull and turret, elements of the Russian T-14 Armata in overall design and armor, and perhaps influences from Chinese tanks in certain details, can be observed. This approach, which is considered a form of reverse engineering or combination and improvement, is common in the military industry of some countries, especially under sanctions and limited access to advanced technologies. North Korea's goal with this endeavor was likely to demonstrate its capabilities in designing and producing modern tanks, as well as to create a deterrent against regional rivals. It should be noted, however, that the actual performance and technologies implemented in the M2020 remain somewhat ambiguous due to limited information. Regarding the main gun of the M2020 tank, it appears to utilize a 125mm cannon similar to those used in Russian tanks like the T-72 and T-90. While this gun was powerful in its time, it seems to be less effective in terms of penetration power and accuracy compared to modern Western cannons, such as the 120mm Rheinmetall guns used in tanks like the Leopard 2 and Abrams. This issue is particularly evident against advanced composite armor and explosive reactive armor carrier employed in modern tanks. Mounting anti-tank missiles on the tank's turret is a relatively common feature in some tanks, especially Russian and Chinese ones. The purpose of this is to increase the tank's range and offensive power against long-range targets and heavily armored vehicles. In fact, even if the tank's gun projectile is powerful, it has a limited range, and its accuracy decreases at longer distances. Anti-tank missiles can cover this gap and accurately engage targets at distances of several kilometers. However, using missiles on tanks also has drawbacks. These missiles are usually more expensive than gun projectiles, and reloading them is time-consuming. Regarding economic viability, it seems that producing and maintaining a tank with this level of complexity would be very costly for a country like North Korea, which faces significant economic challenges. Given its limited resources and international sanctions, heavy investment in such a project raises questions about the country's military and economic priorities. Consequently, some analysts believe that the M2020's display has been primarily for propaganda and a show of force, and that only a limited number may have been produced. Concerning the tank's machine guns, there is usually a coaxial machine gun mounted alongside the main gun, and an anti-aircraft machine gun on the turret. Precise information regarding the type and caliber of the M2020's machine guns is not available, but it is likely that 7.62 caliber machine guns are used as coaxial machine guns, and heavier 12.7 or 14.5 machine guns are used as anti-aircraft machine guns. Regarding the M2020's armor, based on its appearance, it can be inferred that a combination of composite armor and possibly explosive reactive armor, ERA, is used. However, the quality and level of protection of this armor compared to Western standards are debatable. Modern Western composite armors, such as Chobham armor, used in the Abrams tank, are composed of various layers of highly resistant materials like steel, ceramics, and composite materials, which offer very high resistance against projectiles and anti-tank missiles. It does not appear that the M2020's armor incorporates such advanced technology. Also, precise information about its ERA is not available, but it is likely from older generations of this type of armor, which are not very effective against some modern anti-tank weapons. Compared to South Korean tanks, like the K2 Black Panther, which utilize advanced composite armor and active protection systems, APS, the M2020's armor appears significantly weaker. Regarding sensors and electronic systems, a similar situation exists. Modern Western and South Korean tanks utilize advanced fire control systems, day and night vision, laser rangefinders, and automatic targeting systems, which significantly increase their accuracy and speed of operation. For example, the K2 Black Panther is equipped with millimeter wave radar and advanced thermal imaging systems, enabling target detection and engagement in various weather conditions and battlefield environments. In the case of the M2020, it seems that simpler systems are used, and it likely lacks such advanced technologies. Smoke grenades are an important defensive measure for tanks, creating a smoke screen to obscure the enemy's vision and protect the tank from missile attacks and direct line of sight. The M21 is also equipped with smoke grenades, but the type and effectiveness of these grenades are unknown. Compared to more advanced systems such as multi-spectral grenade launching systems found in modern tanks, the M2020's system is likely simpler and less effective. In an overall comparison with South Korean tanks, especially the K2 Black Panther, the M2020 is significantly inferior in terms of armor, sensors, electronic systems, and firepower. The K2 Black Panther is recognized as one of the most advanced tanks in the world and utilizes cutting-edge technologies, while the M2020 appears to be more of an attempt to upgrade older tanks by using available technologies and drawing inspiration from foreign designs. Overall, the North Korea M2020 tank, with its modern appearance and inspiration drawn from powerful tanks around the world, represents a notable effort to modernize the country's armored fleet. However, upon closer examination, it becomes clear that this tank, despite some positive features, suffers from several weaknesses compared to advanced Western tanks, and even South Korean tanks like the K2 Black Panther. Less advanced armor, likely simpler electronic systems and sensors, a main gun with more limited penetration power, and reliance on anti-tank missiles to extend its range are among these weaknesses. Additionally, the economic viability of producing and maintaining such a tank for a country with significant economic problems is questionable. The M2020 seems to be more of a propaganda tool and a show of force for North Korea than a truly decisive weapon on the battlefield. This tank is likely a combination of existing technologies and inspiration from foreign designs, and it cannot be considered a major leap in North Korea's tank manufacturing industry. Finally, if you are interested in the fascinating world of military weaponry and expert reviews of combat equipment, be sure to subscribe to the Military Weapons 365 channel and like this video so you don't miss our future videos.